Hello and welcome to the 2024 Food City Dirt Race for the Lionel Cup Series. Today, 37 of the fastest in North America will drive around this 1 mile dirt covered oval for 20 laps and see who will become the victor of the second race of the 2024 NASCAR Lionel Cup Series season. Noah Gragson looking to back up his win from the Daytona 500. But without further ado, let's get to your starting lineup for today. Starting on pole today is the number 5 of Kyle Larson, and next to him is the 47 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And back behind them are another two dirt drivers, the 20 of Christopher Bell and the 14 of Chase Briscoe. Then you have the 48 of Alex Bowman and the 45 of Tyler Reddick. And back behind those two is the number 8 of Kyle Busch and the 34 of Michael McDowell. And you have the number 4 of Josh Berry and the number 12 of Ryan Blaney. Back behind them is the number 1 car of Ross Chastain and the number 23 of Bubba Wallace. Then you have the number 11 of Denny Hamlin and the number 19 of Martin Truex Jr., two Joe Gibbs teammates. Then you have the 99 of Daniel Suarez and defending Bristol Dirt winner, the 24 of William Byron. Behind them is the 22 of Joey Logano and the 77 of Carson Hocevar. And you have the 9 of Chase Elliott and the 2 of Austin Cindric. And behind those two is the 54 car of Ty Gibbs and the 6 of Brad Keselowski. And you have the 17 of Chris Buescher and the 33 of Kaz Grala making his first start of the season. Then you have the 16 of Carson Macedo and the 43 of Eric Jones. Then you have the last race winner at Daytona, Noah Gragson, and his teammate, the 41 of Ryan Preece. Then you have the 31 of Daniel Hemrick and the 3 of Austin Dillon. And behind them is two Spire teammates, Corey LaJoie and the 87 of Zane Smith. Then you have the 42 of John Hunter Nemechek and the 38 of Todd Gilliland. Back behind them is the 15 of Justin Haley and the 21 of Harrison Burton. And rounding out the field today is the 44 of J.J. Yaley. Without further ado, let's go green flag racing at Bristol. The green flag is about to wave and we are underway here at the Bristol Dirt Track. Kyle Larson, the pole sitter, looking for some redemption this year. He immediately goes to the lead, but Christopher Bell looking to get his first win in the Lionel Cup Series as the 5 blocks the 20 off of turn 4 for the first time today. Down the backstretch, here comes Christopher Bell to the inside, looking for the lead of the race, and we got one spinning already. Off of turn 4, that is Ross Chastain in the number 1. Let's see if we can see what happened here. It looks like he just got loose on the bottom there. I'm not sure who that was underneath him. It looked like maybe his teammate, Daniel Suarez. Yes, it was, but I don't believe they made any contact. I think that the one just got loose and spun around. And that'll happen here on the dirt track at Bristol. And it looks like he's going to be able to continue. No hard contact or anything, just sort of brushed up against the outside wall. But unfortunate, he's going to have to drive his way back through the field. But he's got a fast car. We saw it in qualifying. He should be good to go. Green flag is back underway here on to lap 5. Here comes Alex Bowman to the inside, but it's still Christopher Bell leading down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Alex Bowman right there, though. Oh, and he hits the wall out of turn 4. So that leaves the door open for Michael McDowell as the 99 also gets into the outside wall there. A lot of cars sliding up and out of the groove, and speaking of which, here comes Michael McDowell looking for a move to the inside. Remember, McDowell ran really well this last race. Last year, as we see Daniel Suarez pulling into the pit road with an issue. That might take him out of contention. Still 3 wide back there. The 5 slides up and out of the groove, but here he comes to the outside. Might try and make a move on the lead. Michael McDowell's still there, and here comes the 8 of Kyle Busch. We're hearing reports of an engine issue on that car, and the 99, obviously, with a track bar issue, suspension issue. Here we come out of turn 4. Michael McDowell still leads over Christopher Bell in the number 20 machine. That 34 is absolutely dominant. He ran really well here last year. Let's see if he can get it done. The 5 still on that outside, coming into turns 1 and 2. Oh, and they spin! Around goes multiple cars involved. The 19 of Truex up on top of Ryan Blaney. And the caution comes out for the second time today. Let's take a look. It looks like the 14 of Chase Briscoe gets into the back of the 48 of Alex Bowman and turns him around. That sends him into the 77 of Carson Hocevar. The 11 caught up in this. The 1 of Ross Chastain again. The 23 of Bubba Wallace. Ty Gibbs also caught up in this. Multiple cars involved. And that is really not what you want to see if you're a Toyota rep right now. 3 of their 6 cars in this race taken out in that wreck. And we're hearing there may have been a little bit of payback from that number 48 car. Did not like the way Chase Briscoe raced him into the corner there. And the 48, obviously, with some damage, he's going to be in the pit road with some fixing their issues there. And the 8 of Kyle Busch is back on track. You saw the cars taken out in that. Green flag is back in the air. Michael McDowell retakes the lead, but here comes Christopher Bell back to the inside. Christopher Bell will slide up and clear in front of the 34 Michael McDowell, but here comes Josh Berry, who started inside the top 10 today. He's up to second. Josh Berry looking to back up his third place finishing position from the previous race at Daytona. Chase Elliott, the only car running that outside line, but now here comes his teammate in the 24 to the outside. Josh Berry keeping up with him, and we hear a cheer from the crowd, and that is the 14 of Chase Briscoe, who gets turned down the backstretch. And we think that might be a little bit of payback there from the number 48 of Alex Bowman. Here's another look. Oh, yeah, definitely a little bit of contact off the front bumper of the 48 machine of Alex Bowman. Sends the 14 towards the inside wall. And it looks like J.J. Ailey may have got a piece of that as well in the 44 car. But not too much damage on that machine. And we're hearing that the 48 is going to be parked after that. That was one too many moves. They didn't like it the first time when he spun the 14 under caution, and they definitely didn't like it the second time. But that 14 had fallen back a lot, and it was interesting, possibly a tire issue, but he's going to be back on track. And there's the 48 driving to the garage as we come off of turn 4. 2 laps to go in this race. Can the 4 of Josh Berry hold off the pack for his first career win in the Lionel Cup Series? Kyle Larson looking for racing redemption up to second, and he goes to the outside line. He takes the lead out of turn 2, down the backstretch, and into turns 3 and 4 for the final time, and Kyle Larson will take the win, and racing redemption is his at the Bristol Dirt Track. And here is the rewind on lap number 2. Ross Chastain loses control of his car all by himself. Had to drive up through the field twice today. Still managed to come home with a top 15 finish. Bunch of cars caught up in the lap 11 crash, including 3 of the 6 Toyotas, and then a little bit of retaliation down the backstretch there from the number 48. He ends up being parked, and there is Kyle Larson doing his burnouts down the front stretch. So Kyle Larson obviously takes the victory. 3 cars tied for second in points right now. How about that? Josh Berry will be your points leader after back-to-back third-place finishes. And Chase Briscoe manages to recover to a solid 18th position. How about Carson Macedo, top 20 in his first career Lionel Cup Series start? Harrison Burton, dead last in points of full-time drivers right now. Back-to-back bad finishes after a flip at Daytona in the 30th place today. He's got to get some momentum in that team. And Daniel Suarez as well, our previous champion, just having an abysmal season. And there's your points cutoff. Remember, the top 4 will race in the final race of the season. All 4 of the top 4 in points will get their points reset. And right now it's Josh Berry, Kyle Larson, Michael McDowell, and Chris Buescher, your top 4 in points.